Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now today we're going to be talking about a watch I was asked my opinion on by a subscriber of mine named Underdog. Before I go into the video however, I'm going to do a quick timepiece check as is customary for the channel. And I'm wearing today my Casio G-Shock. Swiftly moving on, now a few months back my subscriber who I've just mentioned asked me my opinion on a particularly unique watch, and this watch was the Glashütte Original Panomaticlunar. Now Glashütte Original are a fairly new watchmaker, having been founded in 1994. This is especially when you compare them to established watch brands such as Rolex, who were founded in 1905, and Omega, who were founded in 1903. Moving on to the watch itself, when I received the question I had to admit that the Panomaticlunar wasn't a watch that had been on my radar. My initial thoughts when looking at the watch were the off-center inner subdials with the hours and minute hands in the bigger dial and the seconds hands in the smaller dial was a really nice touch. The second thing I liked about the watch was its lunar calendar, which I think adds to its quirky appeal. For a dress watch style, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this watch, and from a looks perspective, it's definitely one I'd consider if there are no other variables in place, i.e. pricing, etc. But we'll come to that in a minute. Fine watches having an in-house movement is essential these days, and the Panomaticlunar doesn't let anyone down with this. However, the movement has a really long reference number, so I'm not going to try and say that here on camera. The second thing I'd like to say, however, is that the watch has a clear caseback where you can see the movement in action, and I think that's always a really nice touch in fine watches. In terms of dimensions, I'd say you've got a classic dress watch configuration with a 40mm dial and a 12.7mm thickness. So having had a look at the high-level specifications of the Panomaticlunar, I'd say so far so good. However, when we turn to the price, this is where perhaps I start seeing some problems with the package. Now, having researched the RRP of the watch, it appears this watch now sells for about £8,300 brand new. Now, a quick look on Chrono 24 shows you can buy a 2019 version of the Panomaticlunar quite easily for around £6,000. So clearly, if you buy this watch brand new, you're not expecting it to hold its value. Now, £2,000 to £3,000 in a year is a lot of money to lose, and I can completely understand why someone would be put off buying a watch brand new. But what about the alternatives? Well, if you want to go a bit more high-end, you could have a look at perhaps the Rolex Cellini Time, and this retails for around £12,300. Now, this is also a significant amount of money to spend, and the Rolex Cellini also has its problems maintaining its second-hand values. In fact, you can buy a 2017 model on Chrono 24 for around £8,000, which means that you've lost £4,000 in 3 years. The third watch I'm going to mention here is the IWC Portofino, and this watch would be my choice. Brand new, it retails at around £4,000, and it has the typical dress watch proportions and clean style that you expect. However, as with the Rolex Cellini and the Panomaticlunar, this too has its problems maintaining its second-hand value. On Chrono 24, you can quite easily get a 2017 model at around £3,000, which again is a lot of money to lose within 3 years of buying a watch. However, it doesn't suffer with quite the same depreciation that you would find in the Panomaticlunar or the Rolex Cellini Time. Of course, the IWC Portofino has some trade-offs such as it's not got an in-house movement and it's not quite as high-end as the Panomaticlunar or the Rolex Cellini Time. However, if I was going to choose between the three watches, the IWC would be my choice. So in conclusion, if you're thinking of buying the Panomaticlunar or any of the other two watches that I've mentioned today, my advice would be to have a look in the second-hand market and not buy brand new, because you're likely to find some really good deals in all three of those models. That's it from me for now. I hope you've enjoyed the video today, and if you like my content so far, don't forget to like and subscribe as it really helps the channel. I'll see you next time. Now today we're going to be talking about a watch that I've been asked my opinion on, and this is from my subscriber